those of you who watched the last episode will know that we have to be a little bit careful when it does start to get to be nighttime around here. Because, when it starts to get around nighttime, the monsters come out and we're playing on hardcore mode, which means, of course, we'd be very, very vulnerable to monsters. Because as you can see, all we have right now in the way of armor is iron leggings, so we really don't have that much going for us just yet. But we might be able to fix that today. Last time we were on Minecraft, we found this little town over here that we were just at. But before we found the town, we also found a little cave system that was somewhere around here. I'm not sure exactly what direction it was in. We should be able to find it without too much trouble. I think that's gonna be lava, yeah. I think I do remember it being somewhere around the sheep, and this might be it. And is it? So I'm hoping that this cave will give us a good amount of supplies. Because it's very, very dangerous when you're first starting out while playing hardcore mode. Because you're so extremely vulnerable to everything around you. The littlest things could get you pretty quickly, actually. Creeper explosion, I think, is a definite one-hit kill. The zombies aren't much to worry about, though. So what we're going to do is light this place up the best that we can, at least the parts that are near us, which might be everywhere. Yes, it is. Looks like this is actually not a very extensive cave, which is pretty good news, really. I'm out of torches, so I'm just blocking that little section off since there's not much light going into there, and I don't want any surprise monster visits. There's a lot of iron here. That's good. And I think this is probably what we'll be doing for the entirety of this episode. Whoa, that really is a lot of iron. It's just going through this cave, collecting supplies here and there, wherever we can find them. Mostly to find this, what we're mining right now. And actually, it looks like we almost have enough. And we've only been in this tiny cave for a tiny little bit. That's quite fortunate for us, actually. Pretty surprised that it was that easy. Because normally when I play hardcore mode, my luck is not so good with finding the iron that I need so quickly. So we'll get some of this gold places where we could possibly set up camp. Though I still don't even know what I want to build in this series. If I had to guess right now, though, I'd say that I'm leaning a little bit towards, say, a farmland type thing, as I did in my very first Minecraft series when we got that far, at least. It took quite a while to build up the farm to where I had it looking the way that I wanted it to. I don't think that will be running out of food anytime soon. In case guess that, there it is. I guess that's snow, probably. And I'm not sure if that means that there's a snow biome over there, but I think it probably is that way. And then make sure that monsters won't get us. Actually, I think that's sand, not snow. Let's collect some of this real quick. Seems like these veins have gotten very big. Okay. So let's just take a little bit of a look around. I think I might set this thing to normal plus. I think my computer should be able to handle that. Get a little more rendering going on so we can see a little farther. It's taking a while to load, however. Okay, so it looks over in this direction. We have a really weird evil witch looking mountain formation for some reason. Doesn't look very natural, even though it is. Oh. Let's go ahead and my game wasn't liking that one very much. We might as well actually collect some of this sand while we're here, since it's right here on the surface and easy to get. Because that way when we go to make our house, we'll just have some sand in our inventory to make some windows out of if we need them. Let's go looking over here a little bit. Take out some more cows in the process, just so we'll have lots and lots of leather. Some of you may not realize why I'm so quick to murder all the cows, as I do. And I think I mentioned it in my last video, but you need a lot of leather, I believe, now to make enchanting stuff. And also, they've made enchanting a lot more powerful in this game. In one of the patches that was released not too long ago. Basically, you can now choose the enchantments you get, so what that means is the fortune pickaxe, for example, and protection for previously now. And if you have enchanted diamond armor, you can actually jump off some pretty high ledges and not even have to worry about death at all. And that means that when you come across monsters, you almost certainly wouldn't have to worry about dying from them. I thought that was a pretty cool addition that they made to Minecraft, since it used to be completely luck-based, which might have made a tad more sense if it didn't have the names of the enchantments as you enchanted them displayed, because it would display the names like that, but at the same time you'd have absolutely no idea what those names actually meant. So it was kind of silly in that way. Anyways, all I'm doing right now is kind of walking around and waiting until my spidey senses go off, telling me that where I am would be a good place to set up camp. I'm pretty particular with the place that I make my home. But when I find a good spot, I know it almost right away. Looks like we've hit another plains region with a lot of tall grass, a lot of pigs, and a fairly high drop, so we will need to be careful around here. Wow. Had a little lag spike there. It's actually kind of nice looking area. Like the naturally formed lake right there. And a little mini lake on the side. There are a lot of holes, like dungeons and things, in this terrain, but that's pretty much a constant anytime they enter plains region. This will probably be a very, very large cutoff, it's not the right word, drop off. Oh. And it is a very large drop off, but we've also found a mineshaft almost instantly. Now that is very cool. As some of you might know, mineshafts in these games, or in this game, they almost always contain these rooms that are creature spawner rooms. And inside those creature spawner rooms, there are usually chests filled with lots of really good supplies. Things that you can only get from chests as well. Horse armor. monsters come out. Yeah, that would be cool, I think. Just getting some dark wood and having a cozy cabin with lots of windows and very open. We can have this come up slowly, step by step. At least more so than it does right now. That'll go down into the water there. And we can figure out some more stuff along the way, but those are just the ideas that are currently running through my mind when I think of how to do this. So yeah, I think that's how I'll do it, and I don't think that I want to do too much more in this episode. Except for just maybe getting a quick little bit of a head start on kind of opening this up a little bit. We aren't going to do too much of it though. We can have it open up like that. Of course, later we'll come back and do all the work with filling in the gaps. And one option, something that we could do, is have a very, very cozy home by having this hill here kind of enclose it. Just running ideas through my head, but just imagine if this part of the hill, this top here, had a dirt enclosure that came over like this and went down on the sides. So it made a little hole right here in the middle of the mountain. And what we could do is have our house placed into that hole. So it's kind of like it's surrounded by a little tiny cave. Kind of like that. Might be a good idea. I just don't know yet though. I don't really like how this part comes up so high. I think we'll probably end up expanding this out some more still. I still wanted to keep sort of a natural, somewhat natural feel to it, but I also want it to be just opened up more in general. Oops. Let's get rid of that. And I'm just kind of winging it, really. Just seeing how I feel about it as I go along. And what we might end up doing is actually doing the same thing we've done here across this whole way, just so this area, this entire area, feels more open and free to breathe in. It doesn't feel so high and closed off from the rest. I think some TNT would probably come in handy for that, actually. reason I would do that is so that anytime we have a compass, it would always point to where we want it to point, which is the home.